Okay, so we've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally got the parts. Here we got new battery for ReBike. And in this box we have bead breaker so we can change tires. And new gel grips. This is for the ER6N. We have an exact same pair of the same grips for the V-Strom. We have Moose Racing grip warmers for said bike over there. Tire irons for changing tires. And is that it? Oh, brake pads for Project Bike. Brake pads for Project Bike. And brake pads for, you guessed it, Project Bike. Instructions to how to put this thingy together. Oh, and wheel weights for balancing tire. And yes, we got a tire balancer as well over here. It came in the mail a week ago and I put it together off camera, sorry about that. But works like so. You put your wheel on the, whatever you call it, shaft I guess. Rests on these bearings. Give it a spin, heavy side goes to the bottom, and so you counterbalance it with the lead weights. So we have this tire to change, which is that front wheel. We have this tire to change, which is this back wheel. We have this lovely knobby tire to go on the front of the V-Strom, because last time I tried to ride it, I discovered I am completely flat. And upon further inspection, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's weather cracks inside all these grooves, not all the grooves, but a lot of the grooves. I'm assuming that's where the air is coming out. And I read on the sidewall somewhere, this tire is, I think, made in, it's right there, which you probably can't see. Balance camera on my knee. Right there, made in, I think this is how it works. The 40th week of 2012. So that's an old tire. So we got that guy going on so we can get some more traction off-road. Because that's why I bought this thing. Let's do some adventure riding. And sometimes adventure goes off-road. So, first thing we're going to do is throw that bead breaker together. And then see if we can get these tires off. Let's see how it goes. Cue the music. One minute. pretty much it. Set your the wheel axle over top of that. Tighten it on the wing nut. Keep it in place. And this goes down along the edge of the rim, and then push down, tire down off the bead. Let's hope it works. Oh, well, that wasn't anticipated. Seems that bolt is bigger than the hole, so I gotta take this stuff out. Not exactly sure how to do that. Okay, so I gotta start with the rear wheel because I ran into a complication with the front wheel I haven't been able to figure out quite yet. Okay, so before I try to pry this wheel up, better let the air out. Otherwise we'll be getting nowhere. It worked! Broken the bead right there, check that out. Can you guys see what's going on here? Alright, so I'm 100% right on this or 100% wrong. If this dot either goes to the valve stem or away from the valve stem. I'm going to say 2 because that makes more sense to me. So we'll see when we throw it on the balancer if I was right or wrong. And another thing to keep in mind when you're putting the tire on is the direction. There's a direction arrow pointing this way. This tire, the way the rim's sitting right now, this is the right side of the bike, so the wheel spins clockwise. We want to go like this. And dots there, with valve stems there, so like that. Boom! There you go, got the dot lined up to the valve stem. Now we just pump air into it. So it's got a leveler on it. So I guess we gotta level the thing up. Okay, we got it leveled up. So we shove this thing through the axle. I just realized I balanced it the wrong way because now you guys can't see what's going on. So I might have to do it again. There. Okay, so yeah, as I said, just give her a little spin. That's actually looking pretty good. So in theory, if there's a heavy side, it's going to come down. Say this is the heavy spot, it's going to come down, and it's going to come back, and then eventually the heavy spot's going to settle at the bottom. Then you know this is the light spot, and you have to add a counterweight. Put a little bit of lead, stick it on. This thing seems to be pretty good. So just let it slightly roll here. Maybe it'll make a fool of me yet. So it stopped with the valve stem there at the bottom. So I'm just going to put the valve stem at 3 o'clock. Yeah, see, it's going back down again. So yeah, the valve stem is heavier right now. So these are the counterweights. I'm going to start with a 1/4 ounce. You want it right in here somewhere. I'm not just going to stick it on. I'm going to tape it on. Because then if I have to add more weight, or if it's too much weight, especially, I can take it back off. If I have to add more, it's easy. Valve stem, there's the heavy spots. I'm going on the opposite side. Yeah, that's pretty good. My tape's not sticking though. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to stick that on. Right now I'm heating up the hub. Try and expand the metal so I can pop that bearing out. There. Bearings out. Okay, so I got rim all cleaned up, and I went in the house, got some soapy water. Hopefully this will help. I'm just gonna pour it on each bead. Well, my plan was to reinstall the bearings, but I can't seem to find any grease around the shop. So I guess that's a night for tonight. I'm gonna still balance this thing. I already showed you guys how to balance one wheel. I don't need to show you again and again. Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll get some grease, and then I guess we'll just start the next video there. We'll put the bearings back in the wheel, and then I'm going to clean the bike up before we put the wheels back on, just because it'll be a little easier to get inside the nooks and crannies and whatnot. So that'll be next week's video. Bearing reinstallation, clean the bike, put the wheels back on. We'll put the battery in it, and put the brakes on. Just new brakes too. And then after that, we're at carbs needing to be cleaned and tuned, and hopefully we have a special guest come and help me with that one, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I've talked to a guy. He said he's interested in coming out, helping us out here. And then, yeah, so then it'll be a good lesson for all of us. So, yeah, keep tuning in, see how it goes from week to week. I guess that's it. Remember my 3 rules. Ride safe, have fun, keep the shiny side up. But for now, peace out. Talk later.